Hi guys, welcome to our channel. So guys, today I am the moderator, so excuse me if I look shy and I'm sweating. But as you can see, today we have some of the boys over. They're going to introduce themselves, and the reason why we have them here is because these are legit entrepreneurs, and we thought we'd actually tackle the topic, things they don't tell you about entrepreneurship. I myself have been, I'm a second-time entrepreneur now. I might not have as much information as these guys, but at the end of the day, entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship. So we believe that these guys' experience and the questions these ladies have will be able to benefit you guys as our audience. So yeah, I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. We'll start here.
Hi guys, my name is Isaac Kunja. I'm co-founder and managing director of Sky Garden, an e-commerce platform, and I'm also the founder and head coach of a fitness platform called Hunja Active.
Hi, I'm Shivarenja Simani, call me Chef, owner of Chef Simani Fitness, and yeah, let's stop there. Yeah, for now.
Yeah, okay guys, so the topic is things they didn't tell you or they haven't told you about entrepreneurship. So might you have any points? Where do we start?
I think I have maybe a starting point.
Okay.
How long have you guys how long have you guys been entrepreneurs, and also what motivated you guys to start your own businesses?
So I've been blessed, I guess you can put it like that, to be always part of a small team. I've always been working for startups. And I think I've just gotten that experience and seen others start companies, big and small, and being part of that journey, being just a cog in that wheel. So I think it's always been a yearning for me to create, and I've always been a creator of sorts of my life. I like seeing things grow and actually look back and say I did that. So I think for the last 5 years is when I've been part of the actual entrepreneurship journey. Yeah, so I think it's been a 5-year journey, and hopefully I can say I am a company seller.
I think it's the same for me. It's actually been 5 years since I left my actual job, my first job. First and only job. Yes, it's been 5 years, and for me it's just the fact that you can be independent and create, and when you see something and you want to fix it and you want to see it move in a certain way. For me, that's why I do what I do, because I'm like, I think this can be done this way and this is the best way to do it, so how do I form something that can do this and create? For those who don't know, Chief quit his first and only job when Shiki was expectant with Shazi. And I think he's the one who shocked us into seeing that you don't need a job. People quit jobs even when babies are coming. So I know Chief inspired me to just figure out, wow, okay, you can do your own thing. And then even over here as over 25, we've been in business with over 25 for me. We've been on the air for close to 5 years, but we registered the business maybe 4 years ago.
Oh, it's 4.
Three.
Three? I'm not sure. So, which is why I think I'm really yearning to learn from these gentlemen today.
Okay, so Isaac, can you tell us the first thing about things they don't tell you? What's the first thing they don't tell you?
Yeah, so I think just going off the fundraising discussion that we started with, I think going into any entrepreneurship journey, there's the one that we all know is that it's going to take much longer than you think it's going to take, but it's also going to be a lot more expensive than you think, especially when you're developing something rather than just buying and reselling products. It's going to take a lot more financing than you actually initially thought it was going to take. That also translates to it's going to take a lot more time for you to pay yourself, or at least pay yourself well. Then when you're leaving your job, you're like, I'm done. Maybe it was you had a bad experience in your previous job. This is not my dad's company. You also this independence. But when you're out there on your own, is when you realize that you actually need someone to keep funneling cash in. If it's not going to be profit, it's going to be a lot more expensive than you intended it to be.
What bears weight in funding? Is it people, or do you know your most expensive cost or your highest cost when you were starting out?
For Sky Garden, it was definitely people, but the people who are building the tech, so you would, I guess, call it a tech cost. Getting a platform from point zero to actually having customers seeing something takes months, if not years.
Yeah.
Because when you're there with your cassavette, you're writing down this idea. People will come here, then they'll click on this, and then we make money.
You have 200 subscribers day one.
300, that's on the conservative side. So it was a very big cost actually developing the product.
Okay.
And then a much larger cost actually getting customers to use that product.
Or advertising.
Advertising, and actually building systems within the platform that ensure customer loyalty. Actually
Keep them coming back.
Exactly. You have to keep driving value into the customer that you bring on board.
She was the same fitness, because you guys are two totally different businesses. I think
No,
totally
no,
different.
We're totally different,
one,
but
but
the
they're
same.
together.
Yeah, because we're both in fitness, we both have
Oh
fitness
yeah, the Sky
platforms,
Garden.
which more or less do the same thing.
Yeah.
For me, I'd say I'd just go on my point and say it's lonely at first because it's just you and just now you and your ideas and everything you've thought about and you want to do. And so from there, where do you go? You first have to start off by writing down all these things, planning all these things, then now looking for these people. Who can I trust? Who can I use? Who do I know who does this? I don't know. So that I can't go out at this time with people because I really don't have a salary that comes in every single month on the 28th or the 29th. It's just, if I work, I eat. If I don't, I don't, kind of thing at first especially. So it's like, how do I now figure out how to, just get out of that and finally meet people and build a team. So it's lonely at first. That's what I'd say.
And it's pretty quick how quickly that the transition from I'm independent to I'm lonely. Happens so quickly.
It's a good feeling. You're always independent, but also you're lonely because you're like, I guys don't understand the struggle. It's now like, how do I build a team? I need a team. Do I need a team? Because I can't do everything on my own. I need to delegate. I need help with accounts. I need help with this. I need help with that. I need help with this. Then I need help. And all these people need to be paid. And I need someone to help me manage all these people because that's not what I do. I don't manage these people. I create something else. I do this. So it's like it's constantly, then you're back in alone again at night. You're like,
But the plus side of that is you build self-sufficiency. Beyond your wildest dreams. Because you can't pay all these people. If you need someone to do your books, need someone to do your social media, you need someone to do, eventually you will be left with nothing to pay to keep the business alive. So you have to learn how to do all these things on your own. And that builds you so much. So much.
You get to figure it out. You may not like it, but you eventually, the goal is to get someone to do it. But at first you're like, now I can make, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a what, I'm like, I need to learn how to do all these things. Learn how to edit, learn how to I can do all these things. So now I know what I want, I know what I like. So now can I get someone else to do what it is? And I'll train them to do what I like to do and what I need to be done, kind of thing.
So you guys would advise someone to try and be as self-sufficient as possible in the beginning.
You have
cut on
to.
costs.
You have to.
My question for Hunja, how did you raise the funding? Is it possible for you to even give us maybe an estimate of how much you needed? Because how did you get that money?
So the initial funding that we got was for friends and family, savings.
Okay.
So we bootstrapped about $100,000 or so.
Whoa!
To get the company actually there, like to actually have
That's a lot.
brand.
That's a
I'm like, whoa! I'm joking on my chewing gum.
You know why you would get $100,000?
No.
Okay, that do I do?
To have a team that you're paying well, that you know it's not a, because when we started we had agencies helping us with various aspects of the business. Then we quickly saw that that's going to really just run us dry. So we got a lot of people in-house, but still that when you have people under the umbrella, then you actually have to show them a long-term plan. I'm gonna pay you for indefinitely. So that's where that money went.
When people are giving you this money, are they asking for equity in return, or are they just giving you the money out of faith?
There's some angels out there, man.
Oh,
and there's some people out there who have enough money to be able to just say,
I believe in your dream.
Your dream and believe in the impact that you're bringing into the region, the market, into the world. But after that initial funding, everything else, 100% of the time, 90% of the time, people would want something in return.
So I think that now comes, you have to be extremely passionate and charismatic about your idea and your vision. Even for that angel investor who has all this money, he has to see that, he has to see it in you. Otherwise it's like, if you can't sell it to him, you can't sell it to someone who's buying into your company kind of thing. So you have to have that passion and love and just want it extremely badly. Just want it so bad that,
So that's really important to mention, because every single layer that you put on this house of beers, every single brick that you lay has to be done in the right way, because eventually there's going to be someone that you invite to come and look at it, and you're going to ask somebody for that person for money to continue building, right? So all the hires that you make in the early stage have to be the right hires. All the features that you put into this app or platform, everything that you put into this product in the early stages of your business is more important than you think. Because when people start businesses, it becomes like a clubhouse type of thing where it's just a couple of friends and you have this thing, it's kind of working, it's kind of not working, there's inconsistencies, you're not keeping your books well, but it's gonna bite you much later when it actually really matters.
As like you had mentioned, angel investors, friends and family, even for Shiv, is it more difficult to deal with the friends and family or an impartial person, someone from the outside completely when it comes to money?
I would answer it in terms of what you get back from that investment, aside from the money. So
actually, not easier. Would you recommend going more towards the side of looking for, there's a guy somewhere who has this amount of money. He may not be a friend or part of your family. Do you think, would you advise someone to go that way or start with the friends and family? Like with money, what's your advice?
Okay, number one, it always depends on how desperate you are at the time. But besides that, I think I would always go for the investment that brings more strategic value.
I was going to say that,
So if the friends and family money might not come with the partnerships, might not come with the mentorship, might not come with the growth that your business needs.
The networks.
Because you need someone to put logs in fire, but you also want them to be there funding it.
Oh yes, for sure. Not just to throw money at you.
Because the downside is that it comes a lot more work. The reporting structures, actual following up and actually giving that person a return on the investment versus your grandmother who's been saying
not your dad.
It's going well.
in the paper.
Inconsistent. There's no formality. And they understand. But I was also going to say, you want a partner, because there can be an angel investor who can give you everything you need every time, but they're not bringing any value in terms of, then they're just like, oh, you need how much? Shika. Then you're left there like, okay, I have all this money, but what do I do? Like, who do I meet? How do I go about this? As opposed to someone who's giving you a little, but I'll give you this, but I'll introduce you to this and this and that and that, and who will help you with that and that and that and that. So it helps build the team and your knowledge and everything. Basically, mentorship part of it.
Yeah, and I feel also like getting money from people who you know so well can make you a bit lazy because you don't have that accountability. Like if your grandma is not asking you for a report.
Yes, if your grandma is rich.
I mean, you're just like, so yeah, I
We
would
buy a car with this.
Yeah.
Because I need to move around.
Yeah.
So I think for me, my question would be about failure. We know startups fail. So how prepared were you guys for that? And I mean, if someone wants to start a business, I know my first business failed, but I was prepared for it.
Yeah.
But then there are people who, mine did not even involve all that money. It was so different. But can you imagine someone who's gotten funding, etc., but then it fails? Like, so yeah, how did you guys do
I think like for Sky Garden, because we've always been in a situation where we've had room to fail, i.e. as in we would launch something that would promise 50% of our revenues for the next 5 years, and turns out it costs us 50% of our revenues instead. But we've always been able to land on our feet. So I think one thing that has ensured that is we've built into our team culture short-term memory loss, basically, where you just forget what happened yesterday and just keep moving.
Keep it moving.
That was yesterday.
You really need to have that as an entrepreneur. Where you just say, okay, that was yesterday, I have to move forward. Because if you keep carrying the baggage on you,
That's so
then
true.
anyone that you're pitching to, any customer you're speaking to, they feel it.
Yeah, you have to just go right
Keep it
ahead.
moving.
And
Keep
also,
it moving.
like, trying to understand how to base your successes and failures. So any business has lots of metrics you can look at, and you track them in various ways, but you have to understand the ones that you actually want to pay attention to. Because if you try to pay attention to the entire spectrum, then every day is going to feel like a failure.
Yeah.
And also comparing yourself to your competitors, just put the blinders on, because you see them running past you, it'll make you feel like a failure every day.
Or going in a different direction that you feel, should I also be going in that direction? Or should I wait? Should I stay the course? Yeah.
So do you think, those are my things that I tell you, actually you must have a mission statement?
Before
Is that important?
Before that, I'd say there's always fear of failure, but I think you just have to you have to keep having faith and being optimistic.
Yeah.
Every single day it's scary. Like hey, Shay, can I pay my rent? Can I feed my family? Can I where's this cash coming from? But you just have to be optimistic. This is the plan, so you have to just every day just do something, even if it's one thing leading on to the goal. One day you'll be like, you'll have 6 hours, you're like, here, wow, that's so much. One day you literally reply to one email and you're like, that's it for today. But you've still done something moving forward. You just have to keep moving forward. You can't stop.
Yeah.
I like how you put that. So something that we don't tell you about entrepreneurship is that there are days you do not want to run your business.
Yeah, you're even fearful. Sometimes you're fearful of how much is what's happening that you're just like, oh my gosh, you're overwhelmed. Like, can I handle all this? But you
So
just
much to do somewhere. I'm just gonna take a nap.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a nap. It's just, I can't handle this right now. But you just have to do that one thing. That's just one email. Then that day you're like, okay, that's still moving forward.
No, that's what I need to get to do. You need to do just that one
Just that
thing.
one thing.
You
Just
one thing every
have
day
to do
towards
one
your
thing
goal.
every day.
Okay, that's good. How to stay motivated. Thank you. I
Yeah.
like that.
Alright, cool. Any other points? Things they don't tell you?
Things they don't tell you about
Things they don't
being an
tell you.
entrepreneur.
Networking. For me, I'd say I'm not good with small talk. I talk ideas and just finding out what people do, what people are on about, and that helps me know, okay, if ever I need someone in this place, there's that person I talked to who does this. There's this person I know who does this. So it's just constantly networking, just every single meet or party or whatever you go to. It's
an opportunity.
It's an opportunity. What does this person do? What are they on about? How is their character? Who is, because you never know. You just never know. You may meet them in the boardroom. You may meet them to help do marketing. You may need to, so your environment dictates basically a lot of who you are and where you go. who you hang around with, what they're on about, what happens.
So you've essentially had to change who you are to help your business.
I don't think
Because
it's
you're saying from someone who doesn't do small talk to someone who, when you go to a party, you kind of have to talk to as many people as possible to make sure that you don't know. There could be an investor in that party.
But it's not small talk. It's not just random talk. I still just ask right straight up, like shamelessly. I think you kind of have to be shameless. Like, what do you do? Like, what are you on about? Like, why? Like, who? You just have to ask questions. Constantly asking questions to people you meet, and even if it's who, even if it's president of where, even if it's CEO of where, just don't fear the person. Like, if they're there, go talk to them. Because when will you have that opportunity to have this like random informal talk with this person? You never know. Oh, you're at a party with like Rudisha, like yo, hi, I'm Chief. This is what I'm on about. Like go straight up, like this talk. This hi, yo. That's enough.
Oh, you mean David Rudisha, not Rudisha like return?
No,
I was like, Rudisha what? I thought
Rudisha.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like there's something
be forward, like just go. Just do it.
I like that you said you never know when you'll need someone. So it's not that you're networking with people who are within your industry. Because not like you guys, if we take now fitness, okay, there's also Sky Garden, but you take fitness. You might meet someone who is in a completely different industry, but you never know if they can still add value to your whatever. Okay. So build your network.
It's just being part of the ecosystem. Identify the ecosystem as well, and then just being part of it. So any industry has events and speaking engagements, and these are things that people don't like small talk or feel are shy. When they start a business, they have to completely change that.
You have to talk. You have to.
After
otherwise your day is just you.
Boring event, but after the event, there's going to be someone that you can exchange a card with, and you never know.
Do you get better at it with time? Talking to people, making intentional small talk. It definitely gets better with time. Are you always still afraid going in like, that's the CEO of...
But you also do your research.
Okay.
You kind of know, I'm going to this event, and you know who will be at this event. So like, you already have in mind, I'm trying to meet that person when I go there. And what's this person about? Google. This is who they are, this is what they do, this is what... okay, so you already go knowing, okay, I'm going to talk to you, but after all that, this is my question.
But even in those scenarios where you don't have the time to research, it's just a chance meet. Like, I think it's just, at least I tell myself, don't be overly impressed by this person. Don't show it. Like, tell them that you value their time, you're impressed with their journey, whatever. But don't be a fan.
Don't be a fan.
You're not like licking their knees or anything.
Okay.
Because they're
licking their knees.
I don't know about that. That's not what people say.
That's what they say. I think it's lick your boots.
I say that.
Why? I think you hung out with Mama too much.
You're not kissing us.
Is it licking your boots? I thought. I think a boot licker.
Boot licker.
So no,
Is it? That's what that's like good
Don't be a
legs.
knee licker.
Please.
Okay.
But like you sit in a room. We have certain rooms with some really, really important people, and I've walked out sad because I didn't speak up enough, because I was just like, oh my god, this guy can buy Kenya. I don't know what to tell him, but he's just another human being with issues just like you, and he's willing, or she is willing to help you. So I think it's important that you just just up, chin up.
Let me ask you guys, for somebody out there who is probably maybe averse to networking or finds it difficult to speak to these CEOs, etc., what would you say are the important questions to ask or things to find out from people from the industry, the big guns? What are the important things that you think?
Because I think
someone
people are socially awkward. They actually
can't. So if I come and I meet Isaac Hunja and I just usually see him and I'm like, oh my god, what do you think? If I have very little time with such a person, what do you think are the most important things I need to find out, or how do I sell myself? How do I make the most of that?
I think
elevator pitch.
Yes,
My
exactly.
go-to question that usually opens up from any other questions just based on how the conversation flows is asking that person what issue they're struggling with right now and how they're solving it. On their business or most on their business. It's a bit hard to go to the personal like
Right.
Tell me more.
Things with the wife. Tell me more.
No. But like once you get them actually critically thinking, like it's not a question that they had top of their mind. You know, you ask them, how is Biashara? And it's like, good.
Yeah, session started.
Yeah, so be specific.
Yeah, it's like, you have a barbershop. Oh, so how is business with Corona right now? Or like, how are you getting customers to come in? What's your advertising strategy?
Yeah.
How are you dealing with that?
Yeah.
And be like, okay, this person has valid questions.
Yeah.
I want to actually talk to them. You know, I don't want to just have small talk and walk away. So I think it doesn't have to be that question, but it has to be something that actually gets that other person thinking.
Yeah.
I think talking about yourself too much initially is hard, man. It really puts people off. Like, hi, my name is this. I have this
startup.
Yeah.
You immediately sound like you want to ask for something.
Yeah. And that's like, I'm sure it has roots in psychology. Like, don't talk about yourself, talk about the other person. So
yes,
they feel
people
like
that.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say, it doesn't always have to be, $100 million conversation. Or the $100 million conversation can be literally just an introduction and just seeing the person, looking at them straight in the eye, really, introducing yourself like, this is who I am, hi you, and maybe just ask them one thing about themselves, or even this compliment. If the lady just give a compliment, even a dude like, yo, you're very nice, and this is who I am, and that's it.
Nice
and
muscles.
go. Normally people, if you're giving attention to like eye to eye, someone would probably remember your face. They don't need to remember your name, but they would remember your face sometime. And if you enter a boardroom, they'd be like, oh, yeah, I remember this guy came and said what's up to me. And sometimes it's not, you don't have to have that serious conversation. It's just an introduction, and that's all that's needed, I feel. It's not always, I that's just because I don't have any question.
Even your body language, if you're talking to this person, you're like this,
you have to be.
or you're
charismatic.
Or you're drunk, because this networking tree. They have so much booze. So you can't be going up onto someone who can buy
Talking to them.
Let me tell you.
But also the networking, because yes, I know we've said it's not a very good idea to talk about yourself much. But what if you're asked?
Yeah, then you talk
tell me about you.
Yeah.
So is this something you guys have rehearsed? Because I was telling Chiki the other day, may I have a set of things that I say anytime I'm asked, tell me about yourself. I have a set.
Yeah. Oh man.
So that I also don't talk for long. So
Yeah.
that I say impact.
I think that's very good advice.
Dang,
I think especially for somebody who again, socially awkward or will fumble. If you're someone who struggles to find your words, I think it's a very good idea to at least have, let's say, the 3-4 things that you always tell people, so that it just comes naturally. And I feel like you look like you're so much more confident because they think you just thought of it.
Exactly. So it's like an interview, a job interview. The more interviews you go for, the easier it becomes. It becomes a
You have
skill.
to say it with confidence.
Yeah.
You can't be like, I work on a company,
It's a small agency. By the way, that's something that I personally I think I need to fix that. When people ask me where I work, because I work for a small-ish agency, I feel like I lead with that, and I think it's not a good thing to say. I don't think it's a good thing.
I used to say I work for XXS agency. You might not know about it now, but give me a year.
Oh, okay.
That's what I say. I practice this thing.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sell yourself confidence.
I don't know. If I just go with the conversation and environment at that time.
That has its pros, because I did this program once and they made us practice 3-minute pitch, 1-minute pitch, 15-minute pitch.
Wow.
Like different.
What is this program?
Yeah, tell us
It was
more.
an accelerator program where they got different startups and they trained you for 3 months to be investor ready, which is another think that you
They
look
don't
out.
tell you.
You look out for these programs.
Okay.
They are
Things
there.
they don't
Where
tell
they
you.
look out where?
Yeah.
Where look?
In those ecosystems, there's all these people that have put together communities where they share information, and that's where you just see apply here. They're looking for women entrepreneurs. They're looking for
Where is
entrepreneurs between 25 and 30. Go to Google.
So you Google.
Start there. Just look for funds. There's many funds out there.
Many.
Okay.
So on these pitches, like we practiced so much that now it eventually became too scripted in my mind. And you start to fumble when you realize you missed a line.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
And you're like, oh.
And you can see the person looking like, strong. This is a performance.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes someone of that nature probably also knows that you're reading from a script in your mind. They'll be like, okay, drop the script. Who are you? Because I'm sure the people who are so intimidating,
Yeah.
you definitely forget what you were
I met this
saying.
guy when I was in that program, and he's like stinking rich, has company all over the place. Some big guy walked into the room full of presents. Those guys will know everyone's
You know
what
he's
they're
important.
doing. Yeah. He sat down and we were like 12 startups. Then he was like, okay, Sam, let me hear your ideas. First person, first slide. He was like, next.
Oh my days.
Next. Like, just go to what is your idea? What are you solving? Oh, that. Cool. You have a card? Thanks, sir. Someone will contact you. Next. Who's next? Like he was so, because he's had these things so many times.
Yes.
So many people have spoken to him about their dreams. And dude, I've had it. Tell me how you're doing it, what you've done, how it's going. Then you can
And
talk.
how you're special.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I think even with the way you're talking about practicing and whatever, with these scripted things, I remember something from when we did our TEDx talk. We kept being told, remember, even if you forget a line, you're the one who knows. And you just
No one knows.
you're the one who knows. These other guys don't know that.
Yeah.
That's true. I've had that line.
Yeah.
So just keep it moving.
Yeah. I really appreciated our TEDx experience. Whether even as a Kunja is a TEDx speaker, we won TEDx with him. I appreciate it.
Awkward down.
Me, I like being
Awkward then.
Awkward moment for sure.
I'm the awkward.
One
Man out.
Yeah.
Time is coming.
Yeah.
I like practicing and rehearsing, and I'm a performer. So okay. All right. Tell us more. Is there anything else they don't tell you?
I think one thing that's very important to mention is making time for rest. Is prioritizing rest.
Yeah.
Because I think we've watched all the motivational videos, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Oprah, telling you
Everything.
don't sleep. Sleep when you're rich.
I've been told entrepreneurs don't sleep, by the way.
Yeah, and I know a lot of the time it is the case.
Yeah.
But
Normalizing suffering. And floating it. I didn't sleep. I'm an entrepreneur.
You crave someone asking you how work is going so you can tell a man I'm sleeping 2 a.m. You crave that so you can just feel like, bruised and battered on the battlefield.
Yeah.
But that doesn't last
Just to
long.
show your
It's not
scars.
sustainable.
Yeah.
It's not. You actually
Burn
have
out
to
quick.
have your health
Yes.
to keep the company going.
Yeah.
So I think you have
That's
to prioritize
important.
rest.
I know Shiv talks about that a lot. I
Yeah.
have a question in terms of, tell me things they don't tell you about dealing with the Kenyan government while you're registering the business or while you're getting the business up and running. Is there something that I need to know?
Is there ways it can be easier?
Is there ways it can be easier? Do I have to go to a lawyer, pay them 50 G's to register my business? What did you learn around that entire process, guys?
I'd say use a lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah, just get everything legally done properly, get opinions, get how it can be done, to whether you're looking to pay taxes in this way or in this way. If you get your company in this way, you pay taxes in this way. I think get someone who's informed on all the laws, all the regulations, to give you your options, and then now you can decide how it is you want to go. Yeah, because I wouldn't know, okay, if I do this, then I have to pay this, then I have to, I wouldn't know
Why
that.
guess? Why we start?
I don't need to be guessing this kind of things.
And even something that she says a lot is just be compliant. Don't
Yeah.
try and go like this to pay your taxes like this
Well,
way.
we try.
And then 5 years from now,
Yeah, career is not it.
wait, those
Lose everything.
Yeah, those guys, they are bad guys. They are bad guys. Yeah, I've seen them come for a company, and it's not nice. Yeah, because you know the way you think they only go for those big guys.
Yeah.
No. They'll find you. They'll find you.
They'll find you.
They'll find you. Hi,
Because
I've seen them finding someone. Hey.
I was talking about being self-sufficient, but there's some things that you have to have someone
Yeah.
who has done it before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I had another point.
Yeah.
It was about constantly creating and innovating.
Yeah.
So you have to constantly be looking at trends in your country, in your region, in the world, what's going on, how can I bring this here, how can it relate to these people.
Like market
Yeah.
research.
Yeah, you have to keep
About your
thinking
industry.
about how to create and innovate and make it better
Yeah.
and move forward.
Yeah.
You just, okay, yes, if it's not broke, you
You
don't
don't fix
fix it,
it.
but eventually it will be that old TV that was a box this size.
Yeah.
So everyone else is on a flat screen.
Yeah.
How are you on, that box? It will eventually be outdated. So how do I keep moving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creating
To
and
be ahead of
innovating.
trying to be ahead of the game.
Yeah, just keep researching on trends in your market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. So there's lots of people with ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But how is it? And the way I know even us in the YouTube space, people always asking, how do I start my YouTube channel? And we always say, just start. Yeah, like just start.
Just start.
Yeah. But now it's like with a business.
Yeah.
With a business, maybe I have this idea. I'm sure you guys have had ideas. At least I know with Shiv because I've been there for them. He's had other ideas that he wants to start, and then this is the journey that he's decided to pick. So how is it that you sit down and you decide that I have this idea? How do you decide it's worth pursuing? What are the things that I need to think about? Is it, then you can say, is it marketable? Is it this? Is it that? Is it? What are the questions you ask yourself before you say, fuck it, I'm gonna start this business?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The first question I ask myself is, will I want to do this time next year?
Okay.
Will I, because like for my fitness business, I wake up every single morning, Monday to Friday, and I work out with people for an hour.
Yeah.
Will I want to do this 5 years from now? Yes, because I'd like to do it.
Yeah.
But there's that question has to be quickly followed by, is it business sustainable?
Yes.
Is it actually going to bring a return where I can see it grow over time and I can actually begin to pull away from other things like an actual job? Because there's always something about turning your passion into your business that can come with a downside of you not enjoying that passion anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'd say
That happened to us
yeah.
at the beginning of
I'd
our
say,
fight.
yeah. I'd say also it's just for me it's what am I most passionate about, and I have all these ideas, but I am most passionate about this, and I already have a bit of history in this, and I understand it more than this other thing. This other thing requires me to dump money, boom, but I really don't have the know-how. I really don't have the ecosystem around it, but I have more of this side, So to say like, I want to do something with animals. I love animals.
Yeah.
I'll give
Yeah,
this
that is
example
true.
because I absolutely love animals.
Best dog dad.
And I want to do something for animals.
Yeah.
I already have all the plans in my head.
Yeah.
But I can't just start now because I already have this going. So you have to be focused on one thing first.
Don't try
Otherwise,
too much.
You're trying to do too much. So it's like having a field of pumpkins. Let's say you're doing them for Halloween. So are you trying to have a field of many medium-sized pumpkins, or are you trying to have one big ass award-winning pumpkin kind of thing?
Halloween.
So it's like, do I want that or do I want all that? All those 10, or do I want this one big one? Am I going to focus all that there? Or am I going to focus all that here?
Yeah.
But I'm passionate about all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this one, already has kind of a runway. We're already in the air. We're moving.
You can
We can see it. But that doesn't mean I can't start that other one. Maybe I can now just start one thing. That other one, this one I do one thing every day.
Yeah.
This one I'll do one thing every week.
Okay.
Or every month. So I'm not trying to focus my energy there. I'm focusing here. And a passion, I think you really have to love it to the point where when it sucks so much, you still do it just because
You love
I am going to do this. If I die today, I'm going to be okay. I'll be like on my deathbed, I'm okay.
I did it.
I did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. For me, my question would be, okay, so you're looking for funding. You're out there looking for funding.
Yeah.
Are there, just because of thinking about how people are just messed up, are there companies that, or red flags you should see about companies not to ask for investment from?
That's a good one.
Maybe there's something like, first of all, a funding company should not ask you for money, such things. Are there such things that people should look out for?
I think one thing that has always turned us off is an investor that is asking for too much growth too fast. We met some guy from New York, typical New York guy. He was sitting at meeting, I felt like it was in a movie. Talking fast. Wait, what's that movie for Leonardo DiCaprio? Exactly. He was jumping all over the place, taking the pen, whiteboard, drawing the graphs and stuff. The company should go like that. Right now you're going like this. And even if he had the money, that's not a relationship we want to start.
Nope.
So I think that's one big red flag I can mention. Just you want someone who is ready to be there for the long haul. Just hold your hand
Nice and steady.
and just keep walking the journey. And of course, there's going to be growth. Maybe it might be as fast as that guy had wanted it to be, but it's not the environment that you want to create. Because that push down pressure that happens in a company. The boss pushes down this. When it happens from the investor, it's a lot heavier. It's so heavy because that guy gave you millions of dollars. So it has to be the right person.
How important is chemistry between you and an investor?
Very, very important. And for them and for you as well. So in those meetings, I think you're trying to be completely yourself, but you're also trying to present the business the best that you can. Because you don't want to get to a point where you're at the finish line, you're about to sign that term sheet. And the guy realizes there's an aspect of you that he's never seen before. So that's why they like to have a lot of informal meetings. Let's go for drinks, let's meet the family, have a wedding, come.
That's what I was saying.
They just want to see how you are as a person.
Away from the business.
Away from the business as well. Then they want to meet everyone, paka the janitor. They want to meet everyone. Just to see how are these people treated when I'm not in the room. So I think it's a harrowing experience. You feel like you're just there.
A what experience?
Harrowing.
Dang.
Harrowing.
I need to read more books. Maybe I'm about to go read it. Dang. I can't, it doesn't hit me. That next networking event.
Hi, I'm Shiva. I'm not harrowing.
It's a harrowing experience.
Harrow, guys.
Am I the one reading that? Okay. Guys are just, they never say. They never say. This is someone in the comment section.
So funny.
Thank you for your honesty.
Always say
shameless.
It's a harrowing experience as the investors. Because you go through it, then you get rejected. You go through it, you get rejected.
And how long is that process?
Tenacity.
It can be long. I mean, this
Just
have
have to.
fundraising mode. It's been 2 years now of investor meetings.
Yikes.
Before you get
the money.
the money.
Wow. At what point, maybe Shiv, did you sit down, whether it was outside the gym or here in your home, and tell yourself, wow, I have a successful business. This is going well, and I'm proud. Is there? Do you look at your bank account and think, shit, okay, this is good, or is it
constantly in and out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't rely on that one.
Yeah.
It's that's a difficult one because you rarely think about where you've been and where you are until you actually think about it. And you're like, okay, wow, I actually started here. This is what I was doing. This is where we were staying. This is how it was.
Expenses.
This is where we are. Expenses were this, but this is where I am now. And you have to really have to bring yourself and appreciate the moment, because thinking about it, I'm honestly living my dream. I'm living the dream.
Wow.
But this imposter syndrome, and I really struggled with it.
Yeah, man.
Especially when we moved into this house.
Yeah.
I couldn't even take an Insta story of this house.
Yeah, we didn't.
I didn't know. I couldn't even show.
Okay.
I could not show the house. I could not show. I was just like, I'm feeling a bit weird. Like, is this
Am
too
I
much?
in?
Yeah.
Like, why I deserve this?
Like someone will take it away from
Someone
you.
will take it away from you, so you have to bring yourself and say, I deserve this.
Yeah.
And I deserve
worked
more.
for this.
I've worked for this for how many years?
You haven't been
So,
given the money.
I haven't been.
Worked for
I've
it.
worked for it, you know. So
You're
it's
not-
like
your dad didn't just
Yeah.
you
So you constantly have to say, I'm doing good. I've worked for this.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward.
Okay.
So it's like,
Oh wow, man, cool.
yeah,
Cool.
It can be difficult. That imposter, because like, wait, I'm the MD, I'm the in charge of what? With
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Where is this?
Yeah.
Is that like?
Yeah.
You have to just be confident in yourself, trust yourself. It's tough sometimes.
Yeah. But I like how you said, if you remember where you came from, because even me as your friend sitting here,
You remember?
and you remember your red
actually
floor
worked
in
there.
Nairobi West,
Yeah, that I
Yeah.
hit it.
and now this, and now.
Yeah.
Of course, now I can say.
And
hey,
you wrote down
you guys
all
are
the
doing well.
goals,
If you remember when these guys moved, I was like, oh, you mean you guys are doing well like this? I was like, what? Look at my friends. I was so inspired. I
Yeah,
was so inspired. Thank you, Simanis.
Yeah, so you constantly, it's scary because you're like, these are all the things I wanted,
Yeah.
and I have
And
them.
here they are.
But you can't accept. It's hard to accept that that this is that. Yes, I have it. So it's like, oh my, I actually have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, So now, then you're confused. You're like, oh my goodness, is it? Do I deserve it?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Am I too young? Am I?
Wow.
Yeah, and even that thing of am I too young and comparing yourself to people
Comparing,
around.
yeah,
I know
it's
even for Aizo, when I found out who he is in Sky Garden, I know we're just like, hey.
Hey, even me, I was like, you mean? I stayed, I was like, where's Wunja? I got it. I'm like, you mean?
Right.
But then also, Shiv, now seeing like the growth, then that only means that you can't stay where you are. But I also understand where it inspires you, but I can also see why it scares you. Next step, bigger house. You have to start thinking next step.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess you also just don't think about, okay, I want a bigger house. You think about more, I actually want to finish achieving what I set out to achieve. This is still the journey. It's constantly a journey. So I still have to achieve all this. And if all this comes with this, yes, that's but I actually want to achieve this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
But these other things now come with what you're trying to, the bigger picture. Yeah. So it's not just about material things like I want that, I want that.
That's what I want.
Because at the end of the day, that material thing, it'll come today, and next week there's a new one. So do you have to get that new one? Then do you have to keep getting that new one? Do you have to keep getting, I think the purpose is not just material things. The purpose is what you want to give to the people.
The world,
and that thing, that's what
Your
I want.
legacy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
They say true wealthy people, they never start with profit, they start with purpose. And then money comes out of somewhere.
So to answer your question, Lonzi, that you asked earlier about mission statements and
That's when I was going there.
whether it's important for the business, I think it's so easy to write them and so easy to forget them. Even easier to forget them. So I worked for a company once where like 13 years into the company's existence is when they are trying to remind people what the mission statement is. So they printed posters all over the place, started end meetings with a mantra, you know.
Let's recite the mission statement.
But it's so hard because like the people that were the first staff members of the company have come and they've gone.
Yeah.
And they went with that feeling. So you've come and you've just hired hitmen basically. Who are there for the paycheck.
They're charging money for their startups.
On the YouTube channel. And we're trying to tell them this is our mission, this is our vision, like 1 million customers by 2020. You know? So I think it's something that has to be so actively done every single day.
Yeah.
And for you as a founder, you have to be the one leading that front. Once you forget, that's it. You're going to hire consultants, appoint consultant agencies, human chief of people, all these things to try and remedy the situation. But it takes a lot to come back onto track.
Okay, so I know, especially when guys are looking for funding, most of the investors usually say, or the funding is grouped into like teams. They tell you there'll be 10 teams that will win, for example. So what advice would you give someone who has a startup and they want to win this money? How should they choose their teams?
So when you're picking like personnel for your team, the right people. Number one, in the early stages, don't pick people who are going to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So you might only be able to afford freelancers, you know, guys who are there just to deliver the product and bounce. But it's a lot more advisable to get someone who understands the vision and understands, okay, so let's sit down in this shitty small office, but we know that in a year's time we're going to have something. And finding those people is very hard, but I think that's what has helped Sky Garden, because every single person that came onto the team knew that it's not going to be good for a long time. But when it is going to be good, it's going to be good. And that's investors feel that. And they actually yearn for a team like that.
So those people are there, because I feel like most people now are like, no, I want shares in the company. Like, you know, for that promise, they're like, if you can't promise me money, you need to give me something else. You know, so that's why I was asking, because finding good people is quite hard. It must be quite hard.
Even the good people, I think, will still ask for such things. You know, Amma?
You
still have
you have to eat.
They still have to get something.
It is a card you have to play for your
Card game.
your top employees at least, and then
Partners.
Then you build an employee share option program for everyone else to earn their shares based on various metrics and targets, so on and so forth. But that's another point that I think I wanted to mention in terms of building human resource structures from day one. When it's just you, you're already a leader, and you have to actually treat the company as such, so that when you're growing from 5 people to 15 people, that's okay. Going from 15 to 50 changes the entire spectrum of your day-to-day and how your company should perform. So I think building those structures, speaking with your lawyer, understanding how is this company going to actually work from a human resource perspective, has to be done from day one.
How many employees do you have?
30 now.
30? Wow, my friend.
Pay 30 salaries.
That's a million
lot of people.
So nice.
Like they're not those guys of you know, as a startup, you know, these people tell you, we will get back to you, and then we is that one person. They are the entire company.
So now I go talk to the board. You talk to the board. She's board.
No one can didn't have anywhere to go.
You had your last question.
Yeah, I had one last question. Something that very many, I don't know whether it's outside Kenya or it's just Kenyans, but I know very many Kenyans, people always have a side hustle, and let's say you have your employment. So me as a person who's employed and has this idea and wants to branch out, would you advise me to just go? like if I truly believe in my idea and I even have the paperwork, like I can tell you how it's gonna map out. So do I just go, or do I stay in employment and use that to sustain myself for some time before I jump on this other side? And the reason I ask that is we've been told before that you can't
Just leave a job.
yeah, you can't just leave a job. You need to basically kind of have a plan. But also we've been told you can't serve two masters. Like this business that you're trying to
It requires
grow and whatever, it
Your
needs
time,
all your attention.
energy.
So how does one deal with that?
I think for me, you just have to be okay with the fact that you're going to be 50-50 for a while
Okay.
until you can give your full attention to
Okay.
the one you want to end up with.
Okay. So be
Because
smart about it.
leaving all of that capital behind, because that is capital.
It is,
The
it
moment you
is.
have a side hustle, all that money is all just going to that. So I really think, like this Gary V guy was on the shout on Instagram.
Yeah.
I love him. My favorite guy.
Ivy loves
I
Gary
love
Vee.
him so much.
That is a hard one.
Take him in doses sometimes.
Yeah, no, you-
Yeah, he can be a lot. He can be a lot. But
But
also
he really pushes
I
that
don't know who that is.
from 5 p.m. to midnight.
Yeah.
That's when you work. That's when you work.
Work at night.
Okay.
So it's going to be a lot harder, but it's the only way to be sustainable. You're feeding your family, you're feeding your business, and eventually the business can live on its own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything to add, or you
No, I think it's the same. You have to be 50-50, but you have to eventually decide.
Yeah.
choose?
Yeah. You can't be saying, say you really want this side hustle to grow and be this monster,
Yeah.
but yes, never ever, and you don't think you'll ever be ready to.
If you're able to actually put it down on paper in terms of when I hit 200 customers.
Jumping ship.
Okay.
It's extremely scary.
have
I'll just
an
tell
exit
you, it's
plan.
an extremely scary thing to do, jumping ship.
Yeah, that one I know.
But yeah, but you have to have faith and just keep going.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And ladies, you know, you guys have recently jumped ship. Do you have anything to add?
Hey, me, I harad for a week. I harad for a
This
week.
babe called me.
I
She
should
called
call
me.
her
She's called me and
with
told me I'm
panic
hurrying.
attacks. Panic attacks. Because guys, I've been
Yeah.
an employee for 19 years of my life.
Yeah.
So
wow.
me quitting my job was one of
Wow.
and I cried on Leroy's chest like for 2 days straight. I was
Yes.
beating his chest. Where's my salary? It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic.
This man even told me, he was like, wait, a book called your pal.
For a week I was not okay, but I like, and both of them have said it.
Yeah.
Before I made my transition, I spoke to a few people,
Yeah.
and the lesson I learned is not everybody will understand your vision. Because a few
No.
people told me no. They said, you're quitting to be an influencer.
Oh, like
you
that.
mean you can
Like that.
like that.
Yeah.
So it discouraged me a bit, and I went back to the office. Until later, I just realized I love creating content.
Okay.
I love what I'm doing, and during this pandemic, it's this content that's
yeah.
giving me a salary.
Yeah.
So why am I going back to spend my entire day doing this when I can see I have this baby that's growing and it's growing well? So I spoke to one last person. I've been planning to quit for a year or two. I
Yeah.
spoke to one last person, and that person is in the field that I'm in right now, and they gave me such good advice. The next week I was gone, and then the next week I was hurrying.
Yeah. There you go. There you
She
go.
said hara, not haro.
It was a harrowing experience. Yeah. But this talk from these guys, wow, I'm feeling extremely encouraged.
Yeah.
Especially the motivation from she.
Yeah.
Every day do one thing.
Yeah.
Because that's where I am right now. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Some days
every day do one thing. I mean, that's what I've taken out from here.
Set a
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah.
This one. Yeah.
I think for me, I would just add, just grab the opportunity the opportunities that arise. Because I keep telling these guys, I literally sent these guys an application for YouTube Black. I'm like, guys, we need to do this.
Oh yeah.
And then now influencers have won it, and I think we would have done so well with that thing. And now I'm just like, if you see an opportunity, and even if it's a group setting, and you see it as something you can push, just ignore everyone
Jump
else.
on it.
Just jump on it for
Especially
everyone
in a group
else.
setting.
Yeah.
Leadership is taken.
Yeah,
Take
be
it.
the leader. Just always have that Linda. Linda.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a harrowing.
Yes. It's a harrowing. I can't
When
put
you
that
say
there.
leadership is taken, it kind of sounds like dictatorship, though.
No. Leadership is taken.
But some people are born, you know.
Yeah, but then
Leader.
to be the leader.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
you
have
have
to
to.
take the
You have to. You have to
lead.
take
Yeah, that's
leadership.
what she
Okay,
takes.
that's what you mean.
Yeah.
It's not
I was
it's
like,
not
hey,
a
I
weird
feel like-
No, like yeah.
Leo tunaichukua.
Even just the way you work, nobody is ever going to hand you here CEO.
Yeah.
It's based on
no,
all the work
you
you
have
put.
to. Yeah.
Leadership is
Strategic.
taken. So you be the hardest worker, you be the
Even if they've done
Yes,
that one.
be the
Yeah.
hardest worker.
Someone else can take it.
exactly.
This is true.
Yeah.
Just swooping.
Yeah. That's me.
All right, cool.
Congratulations, ladies.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Whew. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Onwards and upwards. No, closing for us.
Yes, so let me just finish by saying thank you to this gentleman. I think we've all learned a lot, and I'm sure
Definitely.
you guys have done so as well.
So much.
So that's it for things they don't tell you about entrepreneurship. We wish you all the best if this is in your plans, and then also don't forget to follow us. To subscribe to our channel. It's free. Yes, and make sure you put that thumbs up there, like our channel, share, subscribe. What else is there to add?
And also give us your things they don't tell you about.
Oh, yes.
entrepreneurship.
Comments.
Help people out in the
Yeah.
comment section.
Help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Isaac, we'll be asked if you're single.
As usual.
Some ladies, I look for some.
Oh, wow.
Standard question. Actually, for your social media, because I know you're active.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
active.
Please
So you can just
plug yourself.
plug
Shameless.
yourself
Chipsy
in.
money.
It's Hunja and Hunja Active.
Yes.
Yeah. Answer Shiko's question.
Answer.
People ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be asked and we don't know.
Some
Tell
ladies
us.
need to get into Hunja activity.
Hey. Alright. Unfortunately, that position has been filled.
We'll do better next time. With our guests.
Find someone else.
They didn't do the research.
We don't need to ask you. We can leave.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Okay, bye guys. Bye-bye.
Over 25, subscribe.